Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Now this is a little bit of a different video that I've decided to upload because the other day I went shopping in Leeds. You might have seen it, I vlogged it, I was there with my friend Liv, and I was in Primark when I found this palette. Now I actually bumped into two lovely subscribers while I was in Primark, and one of those girls had just bought this palette and I was like, where is that from? I need that in my life. So I went to pick this up, which is the Glitter Obsessed glitter pigment palette. Now as soon as I put this on my Snapchat, my Instagrams, my Twitter messages, mentions and DMs were flooded with please do a review, please do a testing video. So I'm bringing you a testing video. Now I've never really done one of these before. This is going to be like a first impressions because I genuinely have not used this. I've swatched a couple of the ones like on my hand, but I've never put this on my face. I like used a tiny bit of the glitter on my inner corner, but I've never tried to create like basically I've never used this. So as you can see, you get 28, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 28, I can't do math, but yeah, 28 glitter pigment shades. Now this was £4 from the PS makeup range in Primark, and obviously the quality is not going to be as good as if you'd paid for it elsewhere, but to be honest, just look at it, like just look at that. As you can see, like the consistency of this palette is like gel. I think it's slightly overexposed on this side, so I don't know if you can like appreciate this properly, but basically yeah, it's just this stunning palette with a lot of gorgeous glitter shades in it. And yeah, I'm gonna take the very minimal eye makeup that I currently have on off and start again. There we go. Now as you can see, I'm just leaving the rest of my makeup on. It's like halfway through the day, so it's kind of coming off anyway. But yeah, I've decided that it's now that I'm gonna film this. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do two different looks. I don't know how this is gonna work actually. Don't know whether I should test two different colors on each eye. That would look really strange. I think what I might do is swatch every single one of these for you on my arm and overlay this now just because I kind of want to do that. So as you can see, this is what it looks like on the arm. I obviously haven't done it yet when I'm voicing this over, but I can kind of imagine that the pigment isn't that great. Somebody Twitter DM'd me and said I've got this palette is basically more like Vaseline with glitter in, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. But as I've already said, it's just very pretty to look at. No, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to just do an eye makeup look as I would usually, maybe like a pink look with that as like the focus point. So what I'm going to do to create like the crease shade, I'm going to take my Tartelette palette and I'm just going to take the shade Rebel like in my crease. Okay, peek when you forget that this brush isn't clean. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom you in to do this in a bit more depth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this shade, which is the darkest one on the bottom row, called Leader, and I'm just going to pop this in like my very outer third. I want to create this as if I was going to do it as like an actual makeup look, just to see like how reliable this would be to use on a regular basis, because I do use glitter eyeshadows quite a lot. If you watch my vlogs, you've probably noticed. Okay, so now that I've got this base on, and I mean it's not blending perfectly just because I've only just taken my eye makeup off. I definitely should have waited a bit longer, but let's pretend that it is blended properly because I know that it's not fully blended. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, oh now I can't decide whether I want to take this pink shade or this pink shade. They're both very pretty. I think I'm going to take this one here, which is like the paler one of the two. And now when I swatched this on my finger, it didn't really swatch very well. So I'm going to take this with one of these little tiny like plastic applicator things, which you usually get in those tiny little like eyeshadow palettes from when you're like 7. Yeah, I found one of these and I'm going to use this to try and like pack it on rather than like spread it on, because I feel like it is a bit of a gel consistency. So here we go. It's coming up, okay, it's a bit bitty. It does look like the glitter's only like on the top of the pan, but I'm not really sure. And it's gone on here quite nicely, like if you can see, I don't know how in focus that is, but you can see that it's gone on there quite well. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and pack this on and see what happens. Wow, okay. Okay, in fairness, this is actually not that bad. Like, what the heck? I was expecting it to go on way less coloured than that. I was expecting it to just be like clear glitter, I don't know why. Primark, you have surprised me. Okay, I mean this side is going on a little bit more patchy just because I didn't put as much on. And I definitely think this would look better with like a base colour underneath. I wanted to see what it looked like if it was just going straight onto my eyelid. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. And it is kind of patchy. But to be honest, for £4, like what's 4 divided by 28? I can't even do that maths, but that's like something stupid like 20p each eyeshadow. And considering that, I really don't think that this is that bad. I actually think this is really good. Wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, what I'm now gonna do is take the silver shade here under my eye just to see if I can get like a really wild under eye going. So I'm gonna take this one here on the other side of the brush just to see what kind of effect I can get with this, because I don't really know what to expect. I've definitely put way too much on here. Okay, in fairness, if you touch this up, I reckon this will be alright. Guys, I genuinely don't think that for £4 this is even that bad. Just because I'm going to go crazy on the glitter, because why the heck not? I'm going to use this iridescent shade here, which has got this gorgeous like purple glitter in it as well as the like clear glitter. And I'm going to pop this on the inner corners just to see what I can do. So I'm taking this different brush, which is one I usually use to apply glitter with. And this is by, I have no idea who this is by. Just says blending brush, so any flat brush will do. And I've layered that on there quite a lot, and I'm just going to pop this on my inner corner because I think it'll look quite nice. Ow, 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 don't poke an eye, that hurts. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this, and I have made a bit of a mess, but I actually don't think this is that bad. I'm going to pop on this winged eyeliner. I'll zoom you back out a tiny bit. So I'm going to use this eyeliner. Now this is the real test because eyeliner never goes over glitter, so I'm using this one that I don't use all the time just in case I ruin it, and this is by The Body Shop. It's the Skinny Thin Felt Eyeliner. And I love this, but it's running out, so I don't use it as much anymore. Okay, now this is fully hating the Vaseline-esque quality of it. Yeah, this is really struggling to cover like the Vaseline base because it's really not liking it. So I'm just going to add this mascara. I'm using this one by Makeup Forever. It is the Excessive Lash Mascara, and I'm just using that at the moment. And I didn't really take my mascara off properly before, so it's still kind of on. Okay, so that is the finished makeup look. Well, not makeup look, eyeshadow. Now, one thing I would say is if you're anything like me and you have slightly oily skin or like combination skin, this is just gonna like slide off your eyelids, especially if you don't use a primer, which I haven't. So just bear that in mind. If you have dry eyelids, this is going to be right up your alley. Is that a saying? I don't even know. I think this is definitely going to be for you. So I'm going to zoom you back out a little bit now. There we go. So yeah, that's my main recommendation. Now, obviously I can't speak for the other colours, but the 3 colours that I did use, the quality of them, given the fact that they're probably about 30p individually, so it makes me wonder what it's made from, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't too bad. As you can see, the glitter on my eyelids is like noticeable, it's visible, and I don't have a colour underneath where the glitter is either, so the pigment is like obviously iffy and I wouldn't expect this to last very long, but it is there. So yeah, I would recommend getting this if I'm honest. Even if you only use it a couple of times, for £4 I think that's really good, and it literally gives you every colour you could need. And just think about how much fun you could have at Halloween with this, because there are some colours in here that are definitely not everyday colours, but yeah, let me know if you do get your hands on this or if you recreate any looks using this, because I definitely think this is good for somebody wanting to spice up their life a little bit, to spice up their makeup collection, and if they want to experiment with glitter. For £4, this is probably really good before you buy something super expensive. So yeah, I would give the Glitter Obsessed palette a 7 out of 10 or a 6.5 out of 10 for Primark, because I think it's pretty decent. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this little different style video, be sure to give this a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you have never watched me do any videos before, go down below and hit that subscribe button, because as always that means the world, and don't forget to turn my notifications on while you're there. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna go. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the swatches on my arms, which took me very long and is not gonna come off. I'm gonna look like a glitter queen for the rest of my life because my arm's just gonna be sparkly. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, as I've already said, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!